Like in the UK, I got an award for being the top 50 women engineer in entire UK. I got selected to work in Bhabha Atomic Research Center. I think what makes me unique is because I don't take. I also additionally I teach. I teach at Cambridge University. I teach earthquake engineering at Cambridge University.
Good evening, ma'am. Please tell us a little about yourself, name or branch or batch you are, current position and the background.
Okay. So I may want just to share a bit about. I can just share my screen.
Yes.
Okay. So basically, can everybody see my screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Hello everybody.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good.
Yes, ma'am.
Hello everyone. I am originally from Bhagalpur. I actually did my schooling in Bhagalpur. I studied in Mount Carmel School. After my school, I did 2 years in SM College, and then I joined BCE in 1991. So I was in BCE 1991, and I was a year. So I joined BCE in 1991. I was civil. My main branch was civil. So I am 1991 to 1995 batch in civil engineering. At that time, the college was, at least the teachers and the classes and everything, it happened more or less in time. So it was not so difficult. So in 1990, I think many of you can see if the board still exists. I was the topper in the batch 1991. So you can see my name also in the branch topper.
We have seen that.
Okay, so 1991 to 1995, civil engineering. Then after that, I went and did M.Tech from Calcutta, from Jadavpur University, in geotechnical engineering. And following on from that, I was working in, I got selected to work in Bhabha Atomic Research Center in Mumbai. So from Bhagalpur, so I left Bhagalpur actually in 1995. Uske baad I never have traveled to Bhagalpur, but I have just been there, not been living there since 1995. And then I went to I was working in Bombay for 2 years, I think, in BRC, and then I decided to do a PhD. So I got a scholarship I traveled abroad, UK. I got a scholarship from Cambridge University, and I did a PhD in earthquake geotechnical engineering. So my specialization is in earthquake geotechnical engineering, and for the last 20 years. So I finished my PhD in 2003. And from that time onwards, from 2003, I have been working in a consulting, as a consulting engineer in a global multi-engineering company called Mott MacDonald. We are a very large company, and we do a lot of civil engineering. We have offices all over the world. There are offices in India as well. And I am one of the technical directors there. And I also additionally, I teach at Cambridge University. I teach earthquake engineering at Cambridge University. So this is my journey from Bhagalpur. So originally from Bhagalpur, I still try and keep contact with the college, with the alumni, with the students. And if there's anything I can help to do for the students, I always feel quite happy to do that.
Thank you, ma'am.
What are the difficulties that you have faced in completing the journey from Bhagalpur to the London and the Cambridge? Anyone doesn't think that we will go to the Cambridge University?
I don't, I mean, the difficulty was obviously I was from a very small town.
Yeah.
Bhagalpur was a very small town. I did not have, I mean, the first computer that I touched was when I was doing in our time, there was a small computer lab in the college, but it was only one or two. So I don't think I ever touched a computer when I was doing my undergraduate. There was no, I never ever even touched a computer. Okay. Mobile phones were not there anyway, but even a computer was not there. So we never touched it. I only touched it in masters. And then suddenly when I came to Cambridge in 2000, everything had to be done using a computer. So it was a different world altogether. So I had to learn it very quickly how to become digital, and some of the teachings that I had in the college, they were like 20 years. You know, the knowledge has moved a lot, but I think there were challenges, yes, but I think the important thing is that you try and कोई भी दिक्कत हो, you try and work your way out. You have your आपके जो fundamentals है, जो basic चीजें हैं, वो सही होनी चाहिए, basic knowledge होनी चाहिए, फिर doesn't matter सारे लोगों पे भारी. I think तो difficulties तो अब सब students के लिए ये ज़रूरी है कि काफ़ी difficulties आपको face करनी पड़ेगी, बट अभी आपके पास सारे अपॉर्चुनिटीज है, यूट्यूब के वीडियोस हैं जिसमें आप देख सकते हैं आपके सब्जेक्ट. देयर आर लॉट ऑफ लेक्चर्स जो यूट्यूब में अवेलेबल है, तो ऑल ऑफ दिस इज अवेलेबल एंड स्टूडेंट्स कैन बेनिफिट फ्रॉम इट. ये सब चीज़ें उस समय नहीं था, सो हमारे लिए दिक्कत वॉज मैच मोर. बट अगर आप अपना
ये सोचा था कि मैं कभी लंदन जाऊंगा, मतलब
सोचा,
जाना ही है.
सोचा इसलिए था क्योंकि कुछ तो माय फादर वाज अ प्रोफेसर एंड बिहार में आई थिंक इफ देयर आर गर्ल्स दे विल नो कि हमारे घर में सिर्फ लड़कियां थी. तो हमारे घर में लड़कियां थी तो सभी लोगों का यही था, प्रोफेसर साहब आपके घर में सिर्फ लड़कियां हैं, आपका क्या, आपके घर का क्या होगा फ्यूचर. तो ये बात हम हमेशा सुनते थे व्हेन वी वर ग्रोइंग अप. तो इसीलिए मेरी जो एल्डर सिस्टर थी वो भी काफ़ी अकम्प्लिश्ड है, उन्होंने भी ऑक्सफोर्ड से पीएचडी किया है. तो वो हमारे घर में वो हमारा वो ट्रेंड बन गया कि बताना कि बेटियां कम नहीं है, कर सकती हैं. तो इसलिए ये एक ये था, क्योंकि मुझे अभी भी याद है हमारे टाइम में लड़कियां बहुत कम थी बीसीई में, और काफ़ी प्रोपोर्शंस कम थे लड़कियों की इंजीनियरिंग में. लेकिन वो फिर मतलब सोचा नहीं था कि लंदन जाना है, बट इतना पता था कि करियर बनाना है, इंजीनियरिंग में करियर बनाना है, इतना पता था कि अपना नाम इंजीनियरिंग में ही करना है, ये पता था. और बिकॉज मैं अर्थक्वेक में काम करती हूँ, सो अर्थक्वेक्स तो काफ़ी लोगों का लाइफ लॉस होता है. बिहार में इतना फ्लड आता है हमेशा. तो आई ऑलवेज यूज्ड टू थिंक कि देयर मस्ट बी समथिंग यू कैन डू अगेंस्ट दीज नेचुरल हैजर्ड्स with your. So nowadays I work a lot with developing countries like Bangladesh, Indonesia, in sub mein doing solutions, finding out solutions against natural hazards, and that's where I work a lot these days.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, I want to know, during your college time, what are the extracurricular activities you were involved in?
Yes, during my college we had a very good debating club. So I was from the very beginning. This is a very good question, because just being an engineer is not enough in today's world. You have to do a lot of extracurricular activities. I think one of the most important, we did a lot of debating. I have represented BCE in many debates and other things, and won a lot of. So primarily debating was the most important extracurricular activity that we were doing. But I think these days you have much more options. You can do anywhere that you can show that you're doing something more than just being a good student. That always helps your CV. Reach out, connect with alumni, be in LinkedIn, create your profile, learn a new skill, anything. So yeah, that's what I was doing. We used to have good debates in college.
Ma'am, I want to ask, how did you keep track of your extracurricular activities along with your studies?
I I think I had fun doing the extracurricular activity. That was from even from my school days. I was always doing a lot of drama and other things. So that they gave me inspiration to do. If I did not do any extracurricular activities, I would feel really that I'm. And even now we have like Durga Puja coming here, so we are now practicing for drama from Durga Puja, dance, drama, everything. So even now, we very actively do. I do extracurricular activities. So I think we all have to try and develop our personality in the complete way. And extracurricular activities helps you. So you have to look at it as a part of your development.
Ma'am, what makes you unique from others in this college? Just you can think that BC Bhagalpur, the environment is not so much.
I think what makes me unique is because I don't think that there is something I cannot do. My attitude is, even now, if somebody gives me a very difficult problem, a challenging problem, I never say that I can't do it. I will always say, yes, I can do it, and I will go and find a solution. So I never give up. That is the main thing. Difference is that if I fail, I will try again, but I will not give up just like that. And because I wanted to show everyone that it does not matter if you come from a small town. Like in the UK, I got an award for being the top 50 women engineer in entire UK, United Kingdom.
Yes, ma'am, that's
And one of the things that they said to me was, how did you make the journey from such a small town in Bhagalpur? And I think I said, because I was born in Bhagalpur, I was more determined. I wanted to show everyone that it does not matter from where you come. What matters is what you have in your head, how confident you are, and how you can, how passionate you are about what you are studying. It matters. That's what is important. And I think that kind of makes me, even now, even being in the profession now for 25 years or 30 years of being an engineer, I still feel very excited about engineering, and I still feel like we can make a biggest difference. अभी जो सबसे बड़ा वर्ल्ड का चैलेंज है क्लाइमेट चेंज, ये क्लाइमेट चेंज इंजीनियर्स को छोड़ के कोई और नहीं सॉल्व कर सकता है. तो आप लोग जो यंग इंजीनियर्स हैं, सबके लिए ये क्लाइमेट चेंज एक बड़ा चैलेंज है, और इसी में आप मैक्सिमम लोगों का काम इंजीनियरिंग में इसी के आप फाइनेंस में काम करो या कुछ भी करो, हर जगह पे बॉटम लाइन इज यही प्रॉब्लम सबको सॉल्व करना पड़ेगा.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, how could you describe one of your typical work day?
Now,
Yes, ma'am.
yeah, okay. So the typical work day now consists, because I am now in quite a senior level. So usually I have a large team who works with me. We work on projects all over the world. So one of this could be building a say a new nuclear power station somewhere, or it can be a civil engineering bridge or a building. So we will have, in the mornings, we will have a lot of project meetings, how to deliver it. Then sometimes I have new graduates who have just graduated, and so at this week is graduate week for us. So I've got 3 new graduates who have joined. So I'm spending a lot of time with them to tell them what we expect and to do a bit of mentoring. And then if I am traveling, then I'm going to either site, so looking at something that is happening in site, or traveling outside the country. Typical day is busy, but it is a lot of fun. It is meeting a lot of people, having a lot of teams meeting, and trying. And then at the end of the day, yeah, a typical day is busy. I don't know from where, Monday to Friday. But I also am a lot in LinkedIn, because a lot of people like you, they contact me from all over the world, and I get about, 100 messages in a day or something from people saying they want some advice, something. So I try and respond to those messages as well, just to say. And if I see someone from BCE connecting with me, then I make sure I say hello to them as well. So typical day is busy.
Yes, ma'am.
Hello. Hello. Good evening, ma'am.
Hello.
Good evening, ma'am. Warm
Mhm.
greetings from my side and as well as from India. Ma'am,
Mhm.
your success is no more hidden and you have just made us proud. the way you have moved from such a small town to UK and to wherever you are right now is a proud moment for all BCMs. So regarding that, I want to ask a question that everyone has certain kind of deadlines. So how you used to maintain your deadlines, and what if you run out of your deadline? Like what you do to get back to your deadlines? How you keep yourself managed?
But engineers never respect deadlines. We all do that exam. We're studying almost in the last day of the exam. This is a characteristic of engineers. We are always bad with deadlines because unless it's hanging in your head, you never. So you just have to. I think you have to become more disciplined. My 16-year-old son was telling me the other day that he keeps everything in OneNote because he's from this generation. So I learned about OneNote only maybe 5 years ago, but my 16-year-old son, he showed me in his school, they are following everything, writing notes with everything in OneNote, and he marks boxes, everything with different colors to remind him that this deadline is coming. So I guess you have to be disciplined and keep an account of yourself. Our time, we kept everything in our head, but I think this generation cannot keep anything in head. They just need a device to keep everything, all the information. Yeah, deadlines. It is
Yes,
good. It is
ma'am.
important to respect your deadlines.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Ma'am, the next question I want to ask you that anyone from any background have done their mistakes in the college or anywhere. So how have you bounced back from the mistakes you have done?
I don't think there are mistakes. Every mistake teaches us something to learn from that mistake. As long as you learn the lesson, I get very upset when people make the same mistake twice. If you make the same mistake twice, then I feel that you are not really paying attention. But first time, I tell everyone, whoever joins me, one of the guys came and said, I'm very scared I will make a mistake. I said, don't be scared. Everybody makes mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes. But of course, if you make a mistake, learn from it, move on, do the next thing that you want to do.
Ma'am, if you get a chance to go back to your college life, then what are the things that you want to improve, or what are the mistakes that you want to rectify then?
I think there were many boys in my class I did not talk when I was in college. Now that we have a WhatsApp group, I have to sometimes ask them, you were in the same batch with me in 1991 batch. How come in 4 years I stayed in college, there was just a select group of people we always talk to, and you don't really appreciate your friends that much when you are in college. So I think if I have a chance to go back, I would at least make sure I know everyone who was from my batch. We only talked to a few people, and we never. So that second thing, I would like the college to see. The library was good, but we did not have a lot of latest journals or anything. I did
Now we
not
have
use
that.
the library as much as we could have used. So I think that was one other option. The third thing that I think is essentially, when I was studying civil engineering, I did not understand what impact a civil engineer can make in society. I was just doing design, mechanics and all this, but not really understanding. So our course does not tell us why we are studying what we are studying. It just tells us you study, you do it, but the course needs to tell this. If I tell you what you are learning, what is the practical implication of what you are learning, then you will learn it much better.
Yes,
But
ma'am.
I think our course only tells you're learning this, but why, nobody tells you.
Yes,
So I
ma'am.
think those bits will. But definitely, I think your friends from college, they are your friends for life. So even now, if anything good happens, I always share it first in our WhatsApp group of 1991, because those friends have been there for so long. So just maintain
Yes,
your
ma'am.
friendships from college. They're very important.
Ma'am, my next question is related to the previous one. Uh, could you describe one of the special moments during your college life with your friends, or that you have done with your friends during project or something else?
I think we went the bridge the bridge, the Ganga, that was being constructed at that time. So we had an option. We had during our training, we went to that bridge for the site. That was my first exposure of seeing a big civil engineering project. And seeing that by hand was very, very exciting. That what you can do, and we were very excited. So I think that was good. Then we had some surveying which we used to do in the college, which was always fun. So I think there were lots of moments, and we had a very good group of. Our batch was very good we had very good, great friendships. So I think there were many good moments in college. As I said, even now, 20, 30 years later, we all remain. I think 25 years since we all remain very well connected. Our batch.
Yes, ma'am.
Good evening, ma'am.
Yes, good.
Everyone has question related to your career studies, so I wanted to ask something different. May I ask, ma'am? Ma'am, what
Yes,
is hostel or
please.
day scholar?
Sorry, what's your question?
Ma'am, were you a hostler or day scholar? As you told, you are from Bhagalpur, so I think you are a day scholar.
At that time, the girls' hostel only got constructed I think when we were in third year, there was a girls' hostel. Previously, there was no girls' hostel.
So you didn't live in girls' hostel?
I didn't live in girls' hostel. No, my house was in Bhagalpur, so I was a day scholar.
So, if you were in girls' hostel, so I would like to ask, what was your experience? But, ma'am, actually, even in today's time, in our senior batch only, we have two senior ma'am girls from in civil engineering branch. But we were at that time in civil engineering. So was it your choice?
Why was my choice? I think the main reason, to be honest, was I think because I was not really sure of engineering as a career at that point of time. I still wanted to do. After my +2, I wanted to do economics and maths, but my father, being a professor, he kind of said to me, because in those days everything got delayed. The universities, you would not graduate in 3 years, and it will take more time. So my father, in his wiseness, he said, "Go to engineering. Engineering, you will graduate in 4 years." So
And then why only civil engineering?
and then I think he put civil engineering, because I think the other branches, mechanical, we were not so much. Electrical, I wasn't that keen. So civil engineers, I was a good builder, and I was always after big buildings. Always impressed me. So I thought civil engineering is good.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, would you like to share some funny moment which you still remember and smile for that from your college?
There were many moments. I think the most interesting thing about being in BCE was the amount of attention that you get, because we were so few girls. So on the first day of my college, I got about, for the same book, I got 3 of the seniors gave me the same book.
Wow.
So everybody gave me their book to read. So I had multiple copies of the same book for, I think, the mechanics book and I got so many notes from seniors as well. So I was having multiple copies. So I think it was a great place to be. Some of the other girls in my batch, they said they faced difficulties because of, but I found I had a great time. I had many books and things, everything from this. So for me, my good memories are, which makes me smile, that how I didn't have to do anything. There were people who would do everything, even bringing the timetable, copying the timetable, this everything. My batchmates were excellent.
Yeah, ma'am, they are still too much helping even today.
Yes, I did not. Anywhere in the world I have gone, I have never seen male students so much helping as what I found in BCE. So I think that speaks for the strength of how good the students generally were there.
Ma'am, how were your seniors?
My seniors were also very good. They were, as I said, seniors gave me lots of question paper, lots of good advice.
Ma'am, what makes you stand out of the crowd now or in the college?
I think I'm not scared. Many people are very scared to express their opinion. or they were scared because we had we because I was only maybe one, we were only what, three girls in the four girls in the entire batch, so we were just four girls, so our number was quite, so few girls, the character, they were a bit timid, they were afraid. But I think what makes me stand out is I'm not afraid, and even now I'm not afraid of anything. If someone is doing something wrong, I will go and tell them that you may be this, but you, this is not correct. So I will, that also gets me into a lot of trouble, but I am not scared. I think that's the
And these
main
four
thing.
years of journey of the college, this college will taught you something that you will ever remember it.
Yes, I think what this college taught me is, if everything is not perfect, don't give up. Because I had friends who were studying in IITs who had better facilities, and who had more facilities, more exposure. But that does not necessarily make them better. So what the college taught me is that if you use what you have, you can still overcome the difficulties. So don't, it's no point in saying, oh, I'm not going to the best college in the country. Yes, you're not going, BCE is not the best college in the country. But at the end of the day, it's what you learn and what you do with that, that's what matters.
Then, how do you motivate yourself for self-appreciation?
How do I motivate myself? I motivate myself by reading about what others are doing, and also about so essentially about that reading about others. And I think there's always the fear of not doing enough, so you always want to keep yourself motivated, and I am never happy with what I have. And once I finish, get something, like this week I got an award for one of our projects. It's the highest award in the country. It's a ground engineering award. So one of the projects that we worked one, we got an award. But now I'm already thinking, what's next? I am never satisfied, I guess. So I'm always running after something.
Yes,
Uh, Ma'am, what are the role of the alumni network in that time?
It was, we did not have so much of, as I said, we didn't have a computer. We didn't even know. The only seniors we knew were the seniors who were in the college. So there was absolutely no connection with alumni network then. I think all of that connection just happened now that you have all these facilities of internet and everything else, LinkedIn networks now. Now
yes,
it's
ma'am.
much easier, but in those days these things were not there. So it was quite difficult, I guess, in those days.
Okay.
Okay.
Then, do you have any phase in your life when you felt that I'm a failure, and how do you overcome with that feeling or the mentality?
Well, of course, when I started my PhD, first time, the professor in Cambridge, we had to write an essay. Okay, and the essay was on. He asked us to read some technical papers and write an essay. And when I got the scholarship, I was a very good student. I had always got top class, and I was thinking I'm top of the class. But when I submitted my essay, the professor gave it back to me, and it was all covered in red. And out of 10, he had given me 4 out of 10. So I was really shocked that how I've never got 4 out of 10 ever in my life, and I got 4 out of 10, and everything was red, full marks red. Then I went to him and I said, okay, I am from a different country, my learning is different, maybe the way I write my English is different, but why was I getting just 4 out of 10? And then he explained to me, it's not my understanding, but the way we solve problems and the way we look at problem is different. And so in doing that, the way we solve problems, and then he taught me how to do it. So I was very depressed. I just felt like a failure. I told my father, I don't think I can do the PhD here because I am like so bad. I'm doing 4. I'm the bottom in the class. from being the top in class in everything, I became the bottom of the class. But then my father kind of said, you know, you've got to, my father was a cricketer, and he said, in cricketing, you never give up in cricket. You have to play the last ball. And so he said, you need to play the last ball and just keep playing, you'll be fine. And I followed him. So, yeah. So the same professor in the last essay of the thing, he gave me 9. And he kind of said, the same person who had marked, and he said to me, I could not mark anything red in your submission.
That's good.
So you have to learn. I think you have to keep learning. That's the main thing. You have to keep. So now I work with a lot of young people like you, and these young people, they come with very good coding skills. They can do Python scripting, and they can do a lot of these fancy. And I just take them. I said, you do the coding. I'll tell you what to code. And that's how we work. So I like working with young people. And you are the future of the country.
Yes.
Amit,
Ma'am, I have a question.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. As I'm also a civil engineer here
Mhm.
in BC, and ma'am, I want to ask some questions. Like in recent days, there is a great craze for CS department, computer science,
Mhm.
and for a girl, civil engineer is taken as a much difficult task for her.
Mhm.
So, what can I do to get my uh, great achievement to earn great achievement in this field?
Yeah, I mean, as I said, civil engineering is traditionally not thought of a good career for girls, but people think that you're always in sight. But there is a lot of design work that happens in civil engineering as well. So you can work in a design office, and you may not go to site, but it's good to go to site sometimes, but not always. So I think it is a very good option. It's a good option. It is a very, you can design, work on some very interesting projects in the world. I think the important thing is to, if you are studying civil engineering, try, don't compare with computer engineering and this engineering, because at the moment I have a lot of friends who did computer engineering and who left engineering. They come back to me and they say, oh god, it was good you decided to stick with engineering, and you are making such great impact on the world. And we are just sitting in front of computers and doing nothing the whole day. So I think it's just, nobody is happy with what they're saying. So I would suggest to anybody, if you are in civil engineering, just concentrate on civil engineering. Don't think, if I was doing electrical engineering I could have done better, because it doesn't work like that.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, I have another question. Ma'am, in civil engineering, how much difficulties you face, means we face when we do such a task? Oh,
Don't, I mean, I don't know, difficulties you will face in everything. So I don't think there's special more difficulties because you are in civil engineering. Of course, you have to be tough, because sometimes I have traveled to countries like Pakistan. Okay, so for project on my own. Now Pakistan, you can understand, not many Indian women alone will travel to Pakistan. So so there are challenges, there are difficulties, but I think that is also, people respect you more because you are doing things which normally people won't do. So you can, in my career I often show a slide which shows the number of countries that I have worked in, and you can see in that one that there are a lot of different countries which I have worked in, almost all over the world. There are countries where I have worked in. So maybe I just bring my share slide for a second. So if you see this slide, you will see all of the dots here represent the countries of the world where I have worked in. So you can see I've kind of, civil engineering has given me a lot of, I could not have traveled this much if I was working in some other field. So I think the civil engineering definitely helps in. And this is like some other pictures for me. One of this is in China. One of them is in Japan. One of them is in Taiwan. So everywhere in the world, you can see from this that there are very few women, you know, maybe
Yes,
doing
ma'am.
that, this kind of thing. So sometimes, often, I could be the only one who's doing this type of. Okay.
Ma'am,
So
when
yes,
you started your professional life, what were the challenges that you faced?
I didn't know what I wanted. I think the biggest challenge I had was I didn't know where the career. There was no career advice. So I think now, if I was doing it, it was by luck that I liked what I was doing and I was good at it. But when I started my professional life, I really did not have much idea of where a career in civil engineering can take you.
Ma'am, what advice would you like to give us?
I think the main advice I would like to give all of you is that don't think that the college you don't have the facilities. Don't feel negative about yourself. Try to be positive. Try to use the internet less for surfing Facebook and more for looking at information. What are the career options? Who's taking graduates? Which company you can apply to interns, and look at the alumni. Connect with the alumni. There is a wide variety. BCE alumni have done very well all over the world, and so connect with the alumni. And everybody has very good feelings about college. So people, they want to come and they want to help people. So in that way, I think the main advice to all of you guys is don't feel negative about yourself. Be positive. Follow, learn your subjects. No, remember, at the end of the day, if you are not a good engineer, civil engineer, mechanical, whatever, if you are not good, you will not be respected anywhere in the world. So first is your knowledge. Increase your knowledge. Be confident. And as I said before, we are all engineers. We like to solve problems. Have the passion for your profession, for whatever you are doing. If you don't have passion, I don't think you can be successful.
Ma'am, I'd like to ask, how do you define success?
Success is being happy. Success is being feeling a sense that you have done the best you could have done. Success is also getting respect from your fellow. Success is when your juniors, seniors, they recognize the work that you are doing. That is success. Success is also personal, because you can be very successful, but if you are not a good human being, then I don't think you are successful.
Yes.
Success is when you are a good human being. I think, to me, that success is more important than being a successful profession. Success is being a good mother. Success is being a good wife, a good life partner. That is all success.
Ma'am, one more question I'd like to ask. What are the special advice would you like to give to the girls, especially to the girls?
To the girls, not to be afraid, be clear. Don't think that once you're married, your career is finished. Try and follow. Try to be committed to your career throughout. That's the thing. Women, we have to balance a lot more with a child and with family and everything. All the responsibilities fall on us, but don't give up on your career. That's the advice I always tell women. Follow your career through. I hope the girls there are listening, and you get inspired by this. Marriage is good, but it is not the end of your life.
Ma'am, I'd like to. Everyone can ask the question. Do you have girls?
And I wanna ask one question, ma'am. In your childhood, you had a dream for your future, that my future will be like that or that. Are you there, or you are your journey is still remaining to your dream?
I think the journey cannot finish, because if journey finishes, then no dreams and ambition. The journey cannot finish. But I think I knew from my childhood that there was I just knew that I had to be different. I knew that I had to make a mark. So I knew that, but obviously journey, because as I said, my personal ambition is always to try and see the next thing, to find the next mountain to climb. So I am a climber and I like to climb different mountains all the time. So I can't just say, oh, I've done enough and be happy and watch Netflix all the time. No, I will find something else to do.
मैम कॉलेज का कोई गोल्डन मेमोरीज या खूबसूरत पल जो आप बताना चाहेंगे?
खूबसूरत पल, यस, जो नंबर मिला था 4th ईयर का मार्क्स, आई थिंक उस समय उतना मार्क्स किसी को भी नहीं मिला था. सो आई वाज वेरी हैप्पी, आई वाज वेरी सरप्राइज्ड एक्चुअली कि इतने मार्क्स कैसे मिल गया. सो जब मैं वो मार्क्स, अब मुझे याद नहीं है, देखना पड़ेगा मार्क्स, बट काफी, मतलब आई थिंक 400 में बहुत ही काफी, उतना मार्क्स मैंने तो देखा नहीं था. जिन्होंने भी सुना सबने यही बोला कि इतना मार्क्स कैसे आया. सो वाज क्वाइट सरप्राइज्ड कि कितना मार्क्स. ऐसा भी नहीं था कि काफी पढ़ाई किया था, बट
पूरा पार्टी किए होंगे?
हाँ, पार्टी किए होंगे इसलिए, क्योंकि हाँ, इतना मार्क्स किसी ने सोचा नहीं था. तो अच्छी मेमोरीज कॉलेज की, काफी अच्छी मेमोरीज है सबका. उधर तो हमारे टाइम में तो कैंटीन, हम लोग लड़कियों, आई डोंट नो अबाउट वेयर इज ट्रू नाउ, बट हम लड़कियों कभी भी, हम 4 साल में बॉयज कैंटीन नहीं गए थे. हम सिर्फ स्टोरीज सुनते थे बॉयज कैंटीन. तो अभी पता नहीं क्या है सिचुएशन, बट उस समय ऐसा ही था. और हमें कोई स्मार्ट ड्रेसेस, जीन्स अलाउड नहीं था कॉलेज में. आई डोंट नो अभी क्या है. उस समय सिर्फ लड़कियां सलवार कुर्ता पहनती थी ऑफ कॉलेज में. जीन्स स्ट्रिक्टली अलाउड नहीं था.
अब ऐसा नहीं है.
अब ऐसा नहीं है, आई एम श्योर अब ऐसा नहीं है, लेकिन तब ऐसा ही था.
Yes,
तब ऐसा ही था.
yes, ma'am.
और किसी को कुछ क्वेश्चंस है?
Yes, from my side, I want to. Yes, ma'am. My question is as a technical director, I have seen in Monto McDonald the last project is Boston Barrier.
Mhm.
As a technical director, what's your work on such project, on such big project?
Yeah, it is challenging because Boston Barrier is one of the large flood defense mechanism projects. So technical director is ultimately all responsible. If anything goes wrong, so you have 400 people working for you. If anything goes wrong, you are the first person who will first. It's like an army commander. You are going to be the first person who's going to be shot. So you have to be very. You have to have a lot of experience and understand that if people are not feeling good about themselves, they cannot do good work.
Yes, ma'am.
So that is a fundamentally that if I want to get good work out of you, I have to first understand your psychology. I have to first understand what makes Sanjeev tick. If I understand that, then I can get extremely good work. But if I don't understand you, I will not get good work out of you.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
in a basic level, I think we are all human beings. We respond to human emotions. So if I show you respect, you show me respect.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, happy?
Yes.
Now it's 1 o'clock here, so I'm going to go
Okay,
and
ma'am.
get some. I'm going to go and get some lunch. I hope you guys find it useful.
Yes,
ma'am.
Very good.
Great, thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.